Welcome everybody back to Fullback Fridays, your weekly dose of fullback content here on the Miller Football channel. This week we're going to switch it up from last week. Last week we talked about Taysom Hill and Adam Prentice as the little fullback tandem in New Orleans. This week we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 blocks of the week. There wasn't a single player who had a super dominant game or anything like that, so I figured why not highlight as many fullbacks as possible here this week, talk about my 10 favorite blocks across the sport of football. Very excited to jump into this. We're going to have an honorable mention and then our top 10 list. If you're excited for this, let me know down in the comments below what other type of fullback content you'd like to see. Obviously, we have film breakdowns. I can do more top 10s like this. I'm considered reacting to highlights, things of that nature. But if there's any specific type of fullback content you want to see, let me know in the comments. I will be happy to oblige. Really trying to make this a weekly series, really trying to give you at least one video a week about fullbacks, because the world needs more love for football's finest position. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my top 10. All right, we're going to do a quick honorable mention just because I'm petty. Carson Steele lined up at fullback here. There's been some people on Twitter arguing that Carson Steele isn't a fullback, right? He doesn't get a lot of blocking reps. Sure, that's true. Isaiah Pacheco's hurt. The Chiefs are handing the ball to their best ball carrier, which just so happens to be their fullback. I get it. This isn't an insane block, but just to show people that Carson Steele can block, we had a little bit of T formation rewinded to the start here. They're going to motion the tight end up here. And Carson Steele is going to be the lead blocker for Rashee Rice. He gets out, and he's going to take care of this DB here. Again, not exactly a key blocker on this play, just judging by the way Rashee Rice cuts, because this is short yardage. I believe it's 4th and 1. So instead of, following his blocker trying to get outside, he's just trying to get upfield. Respect that, 100%. Still, Carson Steele takes care of his man. Really nice initial contact. Fights through the whistle. Good block, good play. They end up getting the first down here. They end up converting. But I just wanted to throw this in here because, Carson Steele isn't a fullback. He doesn't block. This is a block from a fullback. That's what this is. And I felt like being petty today. So just take that as your little dipping your toe into our top 10 list as an honorable mention. All right, we're going to start off here at number 10 with a very simple Pat Ricard block, the man himself. That's a funky circle. That isn't even a circle. That's an oval, because that's how wide this man is. The big dude. And you want to talk about big, this backfield right here, not including Lamar, just the two backs, is over 550 pounds of mass. That's crazy. That's a massive backfield. But anyways, they're going to snap this football here. We're going to run to the right or our left. We've got Ricard. He's going to go one-on-one with Eric Kendricks here. Take care of him. You need 77 to climb up to the second level to take care of 13. And Derrick Henry's going to have a big old lane there, and you can start to see a little bit of a helmet down here. We'll get Henry in a one-on-one with a DB. You got to like your odds there. So what's going to happen? Well, Ricard's going to hold up his end of the bargain. He's going to get low. The linebacker, Eric Kendricks, he's going to try to get low. Ricard, he gets lower. Actually, I shouldn't say tries to get low. He gets low. He gets lower than Ricard. But Ricard does a good job of getting inside of him, standing him up, opens up that gap, and then you got 77 against Overshown here, and he's going to end up getting slipped. Overshown gets the ankle tackle. Pretty unfortunate. Could have sprung that big for a big run. You don't quite get to, but Ricard did his job. That's what I'm concerned with here. That's why this is at number 10, though. He also fights to the end and shoves Eric Kendricks just because why not? That's some common fullback stuff right there. Just get the fuck out of the play. Go away. Love that stuff. But this is at number 10 because obviously not a hugely important block, just a well-executed one. A nice palate cleanser to lead you into some of the cool stuff we're going to see today. You got fullback blocking on the mind now. So let's go ahead, jump to number 9, and take a look at something that's a little more impressive. Moving on over to number 9 here, we've got Michael Burton of the Denver Broncos going to be lead blocking for Tyler Beatty on a pretty big run. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Right away, you see the entire line is blocking downward, which is going to mean that we get a double team over here. There's a receiver that's also going to pick up 3. Then Burton needs to take care of 43 so Beatty can slip his way on through here, make 52 miss, that type of thing. And how does Burton take care of this? Well, he knows he needs to get low, and he knows his back needs to be to Beatty, so 43 is walled off. In order to do that, he's going to do something I feel like you don't see a lot of fullbacks do when they're running between the tackles nowadays, and that's get low. Like, Shoddy got low, low, low on this play. You get 43 pretty much bent over him like a goddamn table, and that's going to open up this lane for Tyler Beatty. Obviously, he's not going to run into Burton and 43 beforehand. It's going to look something a little bit more like that. He's going to break an arm tackle there, takes off, cuts to the left, and he gets a huge run. Doesn't have the gas to quite turn it into a touchdown. That's still a pretty sizable 40-yard run. You know, Beatty makes the run long. You know, he elongates it. Burton makes it so he can elongate the run. Nice little tandem effort there by the two backs. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, this is a huge run. Why is this only at number 9? This is the fourth quarter of a blowout. You know, we got to be honest with ourselves here. It's not like this was the most impactful run in the grand scheme of things. It was huge for Beatty. Not trying to take that away from him and not trying to take this block away from Burton or anyone else involved. But this game was bordering on a foregone conclusion at this point, if not already a foregone conclusion. So it's not like they're reinventing the wheel here or, you know, completely changing the tide. This is a little bit of insult to injury, a little salt in the wound, and I love that. So good work by Burton, great work by Beatty. Just all around, very, very well executed from Denver. Huge run for the young back and a really nice block for the old man, lead blocking for him. Moving on to number 8, we've got the man himself, the best in the business, Kyle Juszczyk, lead blocking here for Jordan Mason. We're going to run a little bit of a halfback stretch play. We'll go ahead and snap the ball. You see right away, Juszczyk's job is to take care of Byron Young. If he can do that, you're going to get a lot of room for Jordan Mason to take off here. And that is exactly what's going to happen. He gets low, squares him up, starts driving, and that opens up Mason for a 20-yard run, 18-yard run. Either way, beautiful blocking from Juszczyk. Good wide base that allows him to build up some power, allows him to stand his ground, and then Mason's just able to follow his blockers and get all the way upfield. Can't make that guy miss, but that's all right, because that's already, like I said, I think it's an 18-yard run. It's beautiful stuff. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy. Just Juszczyk one-on-one with an edge rusher. Not a lot of guys that are going one-on-one with an edge rusher and standing them up like that. Just awesome. Awesome stuff there from 44. The best in the business. One could argue that maybe I'm giving Juszczyk some, Juszczyk points, but I don't care. He's the best in the business. Everything he does, it looks cooler when he does it. And that's why this is at number 8. Could be higher, arguably, but there were some pretty nice blocks this week. Some blocks that were on maybe some more impactful plays or looked a little flashier. And I know that's what you guys want to see. So we're putting them a little higher. Just, I could sit here and watch this block on replay all day. I love when Kyle Juszczyk plays football because he's really good at it. At number 7, and I can't believe I'm saying this, we've got Solomon Thomas of the New York Jets lined up at fullback here. Looks like he's going to be their go-to for goal line situations if they want to run some 21 personnel, which is quite interesting. Not a new concept. Defensive tackles at fullback on the goal line, Taylor's oldest time. But still, pretty interesting. Obviously, this is a team that cut Nick Bowden in order to make room for Aaron Rodgers when he came off IR. Unfortunate, but it makes sense. So we'll go ahead, let this play out, bring the tight end in motion. It's going to be a passing play, so we're going to get Thomas. He needs to take care of number 21 here. So in other words, you've got a roughly 300-pound defensive lineman taking on a safety one-on-one in pass pro. And it ends exactly how you'd expect. Plays him out, puts him in the dirt, buries him, and then Rodgers can't complete the pass. Just absolutely selling the clip. Aaron Rodgers sells so hard here because this is such an awesome block from Solomon Thomas. And honestly, if Rodgers completes this, if he scores, this is block of the week. If Rodgers scores, this is block of the week. But unfortunately, the old man sold the clip, and this block is forever going to be remembered as a, wow, he did really well on that play that meant nothing, and Rodgers threw an incompletion. It's tough. It's tough. Still, awesome stuff from Solomon Thomas. I would love to see more of this from the Jets. And just because I know there's going to be people out there that are like, he's not a fullback, you can't include him. He's lined up at fullback. This right here, this position between the halfback and the QB, this is a fullback. not peanut butter. It's a fullback. Let's see. Let's fix that. Let's fix that just for my own sake. There we go. That's a fullback. This right here is a fullback. Whether you like it or not, this is a fullback. Maybe that's too woke for you. You know, the woke fullback media trying to claim guys that aren't fullbacks. I see people bitching about that on Twitter sometimes. Touch grass. This is a fullback. We need the numbers. I'm taking Solomon Thomas on this play. He's a fullback, and he fucking buries 21. Just awesome stuff. And then, like I said, that old bastard wearing number 8, you know, selling the clip. God, I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Bears fan. It's not apparent. I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. But awesome stuff from Solomon Thomas. Just burying bro in the dirt. And then you see at the end, he takes a second to kind of admire his handiwork. If I can get it on the right spot. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but, you know, a little bit right here, he's kind of admiring his handiwork. Like, yeah, I did that. Which is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. All right, so if that play was a little too woke for you, we've got a fat guy fullback who's actually listed at fullback here at number 6, Scott Matlock of the Chargers. You're going to line him up at tight end here and then motion him into the backfield. And he's going to serve as the lead blocker for J.K. Dobbins here. So once this ball is snapped, you're going to see the way this pans out. Matlock one-on-one with Alex Highsmith. The tackle climbs to the second level. And if they're both able to, you know, land their blocks here, Dobbins is going to be able to slip between the tackle and the fullback. That is exactly what's going to happen. Matlock knows he's got to get low. He is a lot bigger than Alex Highsmith, if that's not apparent. So he's got to get low. Doesn't get lower than Highsmith, but does a good job of getting as low as he can. And the key here is the base. He's got a wide base, and he's going to realize pretty quickly he's anchoring well, but it's not enough. He needs some more push. So he's going to stand up and push Highsmith that little bit back, and that is going to open up Dobbins to fire out of this hole. That is not the path he's going to take if it's not apparent. Very finicky little pen tool there. But he's able to stand up Highsmith, and that's going to allow Dobbins to run this downfield. Just a beautiful block from a rather large fullback. You know, Baby Ricard, one might say, being a Harbaugh product that was converted from defensive tackle to fullback. Not quite living up to the Ricard name yet. You know, we're only 3 weeks into the season, so that could change. But this was definitely one of his more impressive blocks. You know, setting up a solid run pretty early in the game. This was the first quarter. Just an awesome run here, and a really, or more so an awesome block. The run was pretty solid too. You know, trying to figure out something there at the end to handle that tight end, having a 2-on-1 situation. But Matlock, you know, a big boy, asking him to run across the line and then get upfield and block. That's not necessarily an easy task for someone who is the size he is, that doesn't have the fullback experience that someone like Ricard does. You know, Ricard's been doing this for years. Matlock's 3 weeks into it, maybe 6 weeks if you want to count the couple weeks he got in training camp, that type of thing. So good work nonetheless. And I'm a big fan of what I saw there. I hope Matlock can continue to improve and lay blocks like that, because if he can, that is a huge add to the Chargers run game that's already looked pretty good. All right, getting into our top 5, we've got my boy Reggie Gilliam of the Buffalo Bills here in, as you can tell by the quarterback, garbage time. The reason this one is so high is because of the block you're going to see. It would be higher if this was earlier in the game on a play that I don't want to say mattered, because this still matters. This is Ray Davis's first career touchdown. That's awesome. But, you know, if this was on a play that mattered for the score of the game, this would be like block of the week territory because of how well Gilliam does here. So you're going to see they're going to bring number 15 here to play a bit of an H-back role behind the tight end and the fullback here. And the way this is going to play out, Gilliam fires into his man and then just needs to drive him out of the way. 15 is going to pick up this guy here, and then Ray Davis is going to go in between them. And that is exactly what's going to happen. Gilliam opens up a gaping hole there for Ray Davis, and he's going to be able to slip his way on through, fights through some contact from the backside, dives into the end zone, gets his touchdown. Reggie Gilliam's the first guy there to go celebrate with him in fullback fashion. Just awesome stuff. Again, I get it. It's garbage time. Some people might be a little upset that this is so high, but I don't care. This is awesome work. That's against Trayvon Walker, man. That's against one of the best edge rushers, or one of the best edge rushers, goodness, one of the best run defending edge rushers. That's an important distinction. It's a very important distinction. Very, very good run defending edge rusher. And he just gets totally washed on this play by Gilliam, washes him into the mess here in the middle. You know, the jersey comes up in the back. One could maybe be a bitch and argue that that's holding. But to people like that, I say, womp womp. You know, cry about the refs some more. This is a good block. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And like I said, probably my favorite part of this play is the fullback being the first guy to celebrate with the rookie getting his first career touchdown. That's just awesome teammate stuff. Great block, great work. Top 5. Love to see some Reggie Gilliam love. Doesn't get enough of it. Moving on to number 4, we've got one of my favorite fullbacks in the league, Mr. Hunter Lipke of the Dallas Cowboys by way of North Dakota State, the second-year fullback. I know he's getting a lot of attention right now. Cowboys fans are loving him, and I couldn't be happier to see it. Obviously, you know, he had a big game against the Giants last night and got the baby All-Star, or Lil All-Star, I think is what it was, from Dak, which is great. I get it. White boy wears number 40, runs his ass off, plays fullback. Get it 100%. To me, he's less All-Star and more use-check. You know, he's somebody to me that you look at the versatility, you look at the way he's able to catch the football, obviously had the big corner route against the Ravens. He's a lot more use-check than he is All-Star, which is not a slight at him by any means. It's a pretty big compliment, and it's more what the league needs right now at the fullback position. But either way, let's dive into the play. He's going to end up at pass pro one-on-one with Kyle Hamilton. Arguably the best safety in the league, definitely the most versatile defender and one of the most aggressive defenders in the league. This is a hard assignment for a lot of tackles to handle one-on-one in pass coverage, or in pass blocking, excuse me. And Hamilton is going to get one-on-one with the fullback here. So you see, he breaks down a little bit, then he's going to jam into Lipke. Lipke gets pushed. You know, Hamilton does a good job getting that initial push, but Lipke's going to reset his feet, hold his ground, and allow Dak to get this off to Brandon Cooks. Really, really impressive stuff in pass pro here. You know, usually when I'm talking about fullbacks, I want to talk about the run blocking because that's more exciting, but this is pretty awesome. The way he sets his feet right here, he's not letting Hamilton get by him. He's keeping his quarterback upright. He's keeping his quarterback safe and able to get this ball off. Does a better job blocking than his teammate Tyler Guyton over here, who lets up a little bit of pressure, and Dak is able to get this off. Just awesome work there. You know, I love Lipke. He's an incredible football player. He's got a very bright future ahead of him. You can see here towards the end, if I can get it, Hamilton gets like a hand in the face there. So even through that, Lipke's able to persevere because number 40 in Dallas is simply better than your favorite football player. And I don't know what to tell you. This play here at number 3 is borderline heartbreaking. We've got Alec Ingold, one of the best in the business, lined up here for the Miami Dolphins. In this play, I'm just going to tell you outright, doesn't count. Ingold is about to do something awesome, and it doesn't count because 89 over here is going to hold or do something. I think it's a hold. It's either a hold or like a face mask or some shit. Block in the back, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a hold. But regardless, what Ingold's about to do doesn't count because of that, and it sucks. However, this is borderline murder. So it's getting a top 3 nod, and you're all going to have to deal with it because this is like, I would say the second hardest block we're going to see. Number 1 is a different animal, but this is the second hardest block we're going to see this week. So Skylar Thompson is going to snap this football, and Ingold is going to be tasked with taking care of an edge rusher. He's going to get a little bit of chip help from Durham Smythe, but what he's about to do to 55 here is probably illegal in several states. So you see, boom. So I was wrong. He doesn't get chip help, but he tries to sidestep Durham Smythe and pays the price for it. Boom. And then, you know, good run up the middle. And you see the yellow. You see the laundry come out. It sucks. It really does. But man, that's how you bury a dude. That's how you make a guy pay. You know, he's like, all right, I'm going to sidestep this guy. Oh, I got a fullback? That's nothing. Fuck you. That's what you get for saying a fullback's nothing. Fuck you. You are dead. And also, you know, I haven't even talked about opens up a lane for Achane. You know, Liam Eichenberg does his thing. Ingold commits a murder. And that opens up a hole for Achane to get to the second level. Just awesome stuff. And there's the hold right there. You can see because 89 gets beat. Just straight up puts 0 here in a headlock. Truly, truly sad. Maybe get better at blocking. Like, come on, man. Who told him hand placement on the shoulders? Come on. Come on. I know this is supposed to be talking about fullbacks, but come on, man. What are you doing? Learn how to block. Learn how to block. You sold the clip. He's a bigger bag seller than Rodgers this week, honestly. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because we get Ingold doing it instead of Solomon Thomas, but he sold the clip. 89 sold the clip. Oh, it's so tough. So heartbreaking, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Alec Ingold just committed murder. This man is dead. Awesome. Awesome stuff from Ingold. And hopefully next week, we'll get him springing a huge touchdown run so we can talk about him getting a block on a very impactful play instead of talking about his teammate selling the clip. Hill, I am in your walls. Coming in at number 2 here, we've got CJ Ham, the ham god himself of the Minnesota Vikings. And we are going to see him lead block for Aaron Jones on a massive, almost touchdown run. So we'll go ahead and bring a man in motion here. And the way this play is going to develop right away, CJ Ham has to take care of Henry To'oTo'o. That's his assignment. If he can take care of To'oTo'o, in an ideal world, Aaron Jones here can slip his way on through. But there's a little wrench in the plan. We got this DB over here lurking. I think it's a DB. I've talked about in videos before. I really struggle with this whole new number rule. You know, not knowing who's who anymore. But regardless, Ham's going to do a good job. He gets low, squares up To'oTo'o, and you see out of the corner of his eye where this lane's supposed to be, where Jones is supposed to go, he goes, wait. Why are you there? Why are you there? What do I do with you? So you're going to see Ham is going to twist and turn and end up blocking 2 people on this play. He blocks 2 people on this play. And that's going to open up Aaron Jones to get his ass out of dodge, take off downfield, takes a really good angle to the end zone. 21 just does a hell of a job in pursuit. So unfortunately for Minnesota, it's not a touchdown. But man, what a block by Ham to have that awareness, right? To see that guy out of the corner of your eye and adjust and block 2 guys at once. Damn near perfection, if you ask me. In fact, fuck it, this is perfection. I don't know why I said damn near. There's nothing he could have done on this run that would have been better. This was the perfect block for this situation. So you're probably asking yourself, Miller, why is this number 2? Why is this beautiful block by one of the most beloved fullbacks in the league number 2 and not number 1? Who in the NFL could have possibly had a better block than CJ Ham in week 3? The answer is no one. No one in the NFL had a better block than CJ Ham in week 3, which is why the number 1 spot on this week's list and winner of block of the week goes to Max Bredesen of the Michigan Wolverines. You got a little Big Ten action here between Michigan and USC. Bredesen is going to be the lead blocker here for Khalil Mullings, and we are going to get a game-winning touchdown. That's right, Max Bredesen is going to single-handedly set up a game-winning touchdown for the defending champions here. So you'll see, I had to use the TV angle because I don't have access to college all-22 yet, at least not for Max Bredesen. Caddy's cut-ups. Let's get some fullback film going. But I digress. You're going to see Bredesen here is going to, as the beautiful people covering this game are already showing you, he's got to take care of this man over here. And he's going to do a great job of doing that. Throws his outside shoulder into the inside shoulder of this DB linebacker, whoever it is. And that's going to start to open up this lane for Khalil Mullings. But we're not done. Bredesen is going to realize that Mullings is running by him and shove him into the end zone. And then bury this dude with one arm. With one arm. He buries number 7 out here as he's shoving his running back into the end zone. This is what fullback play is all about. Killing a man and setting up your running back on the same damn play. This is why we play. This is what this position is all about. Murder and setting up your teammates for greatness. This is one of the fullbackiest fullback blocks I have seen in my 21 years on this planet. This is absolutely block of the week for this week. Pulled a little reversal. Wasn't an NFL block, but I never did say we were only going to talk about NFL fullbacks on this series. Just awesome, awesome stuff. One more time for the road. Mr. Max Bredesen, the best fullback in the nation, at least in terms of blocking. Definitely has a future in the NFL, if you ask me. Chargers, I know we got Scott Matlock. He's looking great. However, Harbaugh fullback, 6th round. Think about it. Because imagine J.K. Dobbins on the goal line getting shoved into the end zone by Mr. Max Bredesen. That'd be pretty freaking sweet. But either way, this is 100% block of the week for week 3. Shout out Max Bredesen. Probably won't be the last time we see him if I do more of these top 10s or if I even talk about college fullbacks at some point. Just awesome, awesome work from number 44 for the Michigan Wolverines. But anyways, folks, that is going to do it for this installment of Fullback Fridays. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, let me know down in the comments below what other type of fullback content you'd like to see on Fullback Friday. Obviously, we've already done film breakdowns. We did a top 10 this week. I've teased reacting to fullback highlights. I've teased doing other lists, things of that nature. But if there's something specific you want to see, let me know down in the comments. I will be happy to oblige. Also, let me know, were there any blocks I missed this week? Or were there any changes you would make to this list? I try my best to watch as many games as possible this week. I'm not a huge college football guy, so I will admit the only reason I had Bredesen is because I saw that clip on Twitter. So maybe there was a huge block from like Army or Navy or Northern Illinois. I know they've got Brock Lampy, who's an awesome fullback. Maybe I missed a huge block from one of them. So if I did, let me know down in the comments below. Also, make sure to like if you're enjoying this type of content. It shows me that you want to see more fullback content. I mean, who doesn't love fullbacks? It's football's finest position. And also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss Fullback Friday going forward. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And to everyone out there watching, I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you enjoy it because you're all wonderful people and you truly do deserve it.
Had a chance on the throwback. This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Cole Kmet. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder. Wow. Using that